Today we celebrate the 110th International Women's Day, and in solidarity, millions around the world are wearing purple, green, and white. Here we are now, some 7.5 billion imperfect people living in an imperfect world. It was in the early 1900s when women started this movement to improve conditions, so let's take a glimpse into those days. Food was cooked on wood-burning stoves. Gas stoves were sometimes used, and it was only in the 1920s that the electric stove, patented by William Hoddaway, became fashionable as faster, cleaner, and less expensive. In 1879, Thomas Edison invented the first light bulb, and a few years later, in 1895, Guglielmo Marconi produced the first radio. To keep food cool, we used ice houses or ice boxes. Refrigerators for domestic use were only invented in 1913. I've traveled to more than 90 countries and visited numerous communities, including indigenous peoples living in remote areas. I know firsthand the situations. However, it behooves us to acknowledge the huge strides made in improving conditions. 1849, Elizabeth Blackwell graduated first in her class at Geneva Medical College in New York to become the first woman doctor. 1903, Polish-born French physicist Marie Curie became the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. 1932, American pilot Amelia Earhart was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean, completing the trip in less than 15 hours. 1963, Valentina Tereshkova, on a solo mission, became the first woman in space, orbiting Earth 48 times on board the spacecraft Vostok 6. 1980, the first woman elected president of a country was Vigdis Finnbogadóttir of Iceland, and she served as president for 16 years. The huge strides in leadership in fields of science, medicine, politics, etc. grow exponentially as we progress through the years. We have proven to ourselves that the sky is not the limit. Unfortunately, we have many more obstacles and challenges to overcome. We are not done. Challenging ourselves to push the limits for ever-increasing improvement of conditions is always the way forward. But I caution, long-term plans, expansions, and dreams should always be built on the solid foundations of universal human rights and responsibilities. But what are those rights? The purpose of Youth for Human Rights International is to teach the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights and inspire our youth to become advocates for tolerance and peace. We developed easy-to-use and easy-to-understand materials that are available online in 17 languages and completely free at www.youthforhumanrights.org. Let's continue to challenge ourselves, to push the limits for ever-increasing improvement of conditions. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you.